Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is just going to be me tonight. Oh, I suppose I should get this microphone over here so you guys can hear me, right? So it's just going to be me tonight. John had to take the night off. What's going on, Daniel? What is up? Tonight, we're not gonna go too long, but I want to go over a little bit about what happened today and the outlook for crypto going forward. Was it the top? Was that the top? Are we going to zero now? I mean, I don't think so. But could we be in for a bigger retracement? Most definitely. Does that mean Bitcoin is not bullish? Should you not still be stacking? Should you not be taking advantage of what happened today? Of course, you should be taking advantage. So we're going to go over a little bit of that. If you are new to the stream, I know that we only got about 11 people in here so far. We'll go ahead and wait for some more people to show up. We got some people coming in on YouTube right now. If you are just now joining the stream, this is Market or Crypto Nightly. We go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST, bringing you the daily news, crypto update, and a little bit of the charts. My co-founder, John Carter, is not here tonight. He is sick. But if you would like, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend, do all that good stuff. You know what to do. And let's get a lot more people in here. So, not to drag this out, we're not gonna go too long. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. We are going to start with the market update to see what's going on. All right. Let's get the freshest data here. It went into psychopath mode with the white screen. All right. So we are down 5.9% today, coming in at $3.654 trillion. Massive volume for a Monday, coming in at 442 billion. Bitcoin dominant jumps to 53.1, Ethereum at 12.4, and 15 and some change. Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. We got Bitcoin holding at 97,918, down 1.5% on the 24-hour. We got Ethereum coming in at 3754, down 4.8% on the daily or on the 24-hour. XRP coming in at 224, down 10%. Solana at 218, down 5.9%. BNB at 692, down 5%. Dogecoin at 41, down 9%. We got Cardano dropping all the way back to 10, coming in at 102, down 12.7%. And Tron down 16.6%, coming in at 0.262. Let's check out the biggest gainers. Not much. Solana swap. I'm not even sure what this is. I'm assuming it's exactly what it sounds like. Solana swap. So it's a swap on Solana. Up 16% today. Movement just dropped today. I guess this is a layer 2 mainnet, some kind of mainnet layer 2. I seen a tweet about it earlier. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's up 9.1%. Athena up 1.3, Leo token up 1.7, and that's it. There is only 4 coins in the top 100 that are in the green. And then we go to stable coins down here. So let's look at the biggest losers. We got Gala down 18.8, Monero down 19, WorldCoin down 18, Celestia down 17, Pith down 17, Filecoin down 17, Jupiter down 17, Sandbox down 16.8. And the list just goes on and on. I mean, pretty much everything is in the red today. We had a nice big crash. We had a false move Monday. Yeah, definitely a shakeout there, Baktun. I hope I'm saying that name right. Definitely a shakeout. And if you guys remember on Friday, when we went over the past we went over the past chart of last cycle for Bitcoin. And it's kind of funny because we were looking at it. Let's get here. Bitcoin. Oh, I erased them all. But we were looking at it. We were looking at last cycle on the daily. And we were showing you that we had about 20% dips before the end of the 2021 bull run. And they last several days. If you look right here, you know, what's that? 30%. And about right there, you know, we had 26%, 16%. Nice big one here, 28%. Then we had the Coinbase IPO crash where everything just dumped for the summer. That was 50%. And then even on the way back up to the all-time high in November. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, we had 25%. We had another 14%. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those are just quick ones real quick. If I zoomed into the chart, we would see a lot more dips than that. So, I mean, this is just because we're in a bull market. I was talking with somebody in our trading group today, and he was like, well, I thought with, you know, the new government and regulations and everything, we're getting essentially how we're getting some regulations, some crypto rules that make sense. We're getting framework, everything like that, that this wasn't going to happen. This is going to happen no matter what. Okay. Yes, we are in a bull run. Are bull runs up and to the right only? No, of course not. You're gonna get pullbacks. You're gonna get shakeouts. You're gonna get the big boys pushing the price down. What's the old saying? If you miss the boat, you miss the boat. Well, if a whale misses the boat, they bring the boat back. So a lot of these people trying to get in better positions, maybe start out next year, 2025, right, with some good positions. Maybe they are just, just pulling some gains to make their P&L for the year look good. You never know. So when the big boys decide to shake things up, they're going to shake things up. So we're going to get into this in a minute. I just wanted to show that. I just wanted to go back on that, showing that today wasn't really nothing. I mean, our candle today, the candle we had today. Okay, let's look. This was only, say from wick to wick, was only a 7.25% move. Okay. That's all it was. That's not a massive capitulation. My opinion, I do believe that we are going down further, and I will show you guys why in just a minute. The actual body of the candle was only a 3.81% drop. That's all it was. It wasn't that bad. But when we look over here on CoinGlass and we look at liquidations, well, in the past 24 hours, we had $1.72 billion in liquidations, right? And most of these liquidations, if you see right here on the heat map, it says other. So that means it's not one of the big boys. I don't know how many is in here, maybe 20 or 30, 1, 2, 4. So if it says other, that means $564 million was liquidated from coins outside the top 25 or 30 that they have listed. I'd have to count all the boxes to do the exact math, but it looks like there's probably 30 of them there because you got Tau, STX, Injective, Arbitrum, Uni, So this is from people being over leveraged. They're long in the top. They're putting a grip of money in. They're not running a stop loss, and they're getting liquidated. You know, for a true altcoin season, we want Bitcoin to pump and then move sideways or slowly bleed liquidity into the altcoins. When it makes a violent move up like it did this morning, it went from like what I think it was at 97-ish, ran up to a little over 100K, and then got long squeezed, and it dumped a little bit. Some people got liquidated, it dumps a little more. That's a long squeeze and a short squeeze. It's when it's like a domino effect. Okay. So say in a long squeeze, the price goes up, people are shorting against it. Somebody gets liquidated. Well, that acts like a sell. So that pushes the price down further. Another person gets liquidated. That acts like a sell, pushes the price down further. And when you have so many big orders up there like that, and they start getting liquidated, it just cascades. Boom, 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 boom. That's why you see that sharp run down, and then it starts to come back up because the long squeeze got exhausted. It was simultaneous, quite the sight to watch. Yes, it was. 25 to 30% drops are not exactly. We just went over that a couple minutes ago. You are exactly right, Tone Black. They are not uncommon. You need something cannot go up and to the right forever. You have to have healthy corrections. Okay. And you guys know that I talk about this all the time. The 21 is your friend. You're always coming back to the 21. It don't matter what time you're frame on. And right now, the weekly on Bitcoin is massively away from the 21. And it's going to have to retouch that 21. It doesn't matter what it is. Even when you look back here on last cycle, let me get rid of all these. Okay. When you look back here on last cycle, we ran up, we touched the 21, we fell through it, we broke above it, we come back, touch it, we run up, we come back, and then this is the bear market where we're below it and we can't get back above it. Okay. So you're going to come back to the 21 eventually. Now, is what happened today going to be something like this? No, probably not. I mean, it's probably going to be like this right here. Look, this is actually what, January? This is almost exactly. This is the weekly though. So you see it came up. We're away from the 21. It come back a little bit to it, but we're in a bull run, so it doesn't come all the way to it. And then we start to go back up again. Okay. So one more time. Okay. So this is what happened today. It was a bunch of people getting long in the tops. Everybody, fear and greed's out of control. It's bad for alts, not for Bitcoin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by that, sir. It's bad for alts, not for Bitcoin. As in the retracement? Because anytime Bitcoin drops drastically or like erratically quick like that, like almost like manipulation, altcoins are going to drop even further. And that's what we've seen, and then when it dropped, altcoins started to drop, and then people started getting in longs, trying to catch the bottom and long up. Those who use leverage on ish coins. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? I use leverage on altcoins also, but there's a difference. Altcoins move so quick, so fast. Like I'll use a 9x leverage tops, and that's usually on the bigger market caps. On smaller market caps, you don't need much more than 6 or 7x. Now, Bitcoin, I'll throw a 16, a 23, or something like that on. But yeah, that's essentially what he's saying though, is to use that leverage So people are trying to catch the bottom and they're trying to long it. They're throwing mass amounts of leverage on it. It's like catching a falling knife. Well, there's still pressure going down. So then they get liquidated and it just cascades even more. That's why we've seen, like, after Bitcoin had dropped so much and the altcoins had come down, then there was a point in time where the altcoins just dumped. I think Cardano dumped like 10% in a matter of 5 minutes or something like that. So it's people just playing with too much leverage, not using stop losses, not using proper risk management. So, and then another thing I've been seeing, if we come back to the charts. So we're on the weekly and we have a couple coins. Like I said, the 21, it needs to come back to the 21. You remember, so this was the run up from last year, October 23. It ran up, it went sideways until it finally hit the 21. And then we were in this long accumulation period until September. And then we started to go up. And then the day of the election, we just started to skyrocket, right? So it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's just going to dump and we're going to have, a 26% correction. We definitely could. But that's not what it means. It means that 104 could have been the high for this part of the bull run. And we're going to go sideways through the end of the year. We're going to bounce around here as the 21 starts to come up. We're going to get a little closer. Then we get that next leg and go up. And the main reason for this is, the main reason of this thought process that I'm going through is because, as you can see, we have a huge bearish div on the weekly right here, right? So we have higher highs on our price. Obviously, we have lower lows on our RSI. The only thing that's not a lower low is going to be our momentum, our oscillator on market cipher B, but it's flat. So it's still a bearish div. Okay. We have a couple other coins that are like that. Ethereum, same situation, slightly higher highs, dramatically lower highs. Same with, let me get in here. Same with the momentum on market cipher B. Another one is Sol. Where'd it go? Sol is another one in the same situation. Higher high, lower high, and essentially the same thing on market cipher B. And the thing these have in common, is that these are like three of the top crypto coins. You know what I mean? What's Solana? Number 4 right now? Or did XRP fall back under? Does Solana retake XRP? No, XRP is still above Solana. So Solana is sitting at number 4. The reason I say that is because we don't count Tether. So 1, 2, 3. Your top 3 crypto projects until just recently, like last week when XRP flipped Solana, are all in weekly bearish divs. Okay. So XRP is not, because XRP just woke up about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, as you can see right here. So obviously that is not going to be in a bear div. So that tells me that the market has been moving too hot and too heavy, and we need a correction. We need a healthy correction. It needs to come back to reality before we can start to make that next leg up. All right. And when we come into CoinGlass here, a couple of things I wanted to look at. So we got the fear and greed index. We're sitting at 78, which is good. I mean, it's not great. It's still greed. But last week, we're over here at like 92. And if you look at if we expand this out, so this is the charting of CoinGlass. with the price predictions, right? So like back on November 20th, what is that? We're at 94. You know, the 22nd, we're at 93. And then you can see it start to slowly come down. You know, we want that. We need that fear and greed to come down. Okay. Sell when people are greedy, buy when people are fearful. So you want to be in the fear index. Another thing on here. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can find this. Where'd it go? Why does it keep switching on me? Okay. So on the flip side of that, so that's the bearish. That's the bearish take. You know, we have some bearish divs on the weekly. We had, you know, the whole market had a nice correction today. The actual market cap only dropped 6%. So that's not a huge correction. That's a healthy correction, you know? So there's your bearish scenario, that we're overheated. We've got too much. We need to come back to reality. We're probably going to bleed out to the end of the year. We're going to check the max pain price for the closure on 12/27. I don't know why it's on 12/27. Maybe because it's a Friday and the last day of the year is actually on a Tuesday. So that's when they poll for their yearly or something. I don't know exactly why it's like that, why it's not on the 31st. But we're going to look at that. So that's the bear case scenario. That's, you know, okay, everybody sell all your crypto. It's going to zero, right? Okay. Let's look at the bull case of that, the long term. Let's step back and look at the long term of Bitcoin and crypto. Okay. And as you can see right here, so this is a Bitcoin exchange balance. And as you can see, these exchanges are bleeding Bitcoin. 24-hour change. Coinbase sold 8,400 Bitcoin today. Left its exchange. Boom, gone. Okay. 7-day, 16,397. Boom, gone. In the last month, Coinbase has reduced their Bitcoin holdings by 64,736. Okay. Now, I shouldn't say reduced. They sold 64,736. That means institutions. That means your Michael Saylors, your El Salvadors, your Florida with its, you know, introducing its Bitcoin treasury. What's the other state that just said it? I'm drawing a blank on the other state that was just talking about it. And the same with Binance. Look, 624 today, 238 yesterday, 18,000 in the past 30 days. Okay. Then you have like Bitfinex actually added. So they could have bought from like Coinbase or somebody else. They added a little bit, but then lost today. So Bitcoin is leaving the exchanges at an alarming rate. All right. So it's leaving. It's more Bitcoin is being bought than is being produced at this point in time. Therefore, we have a net negative in the amount of Bitcoin that we're able to buy, right? Okay. So that is that. The other one is, oh man, I'm drawing a blank right now. Maybe somebody can put it in the chat what I said I was going to look at. Not gainers and losers. Not that. That was not the supercharged, liquidations, funding rate, options, open interest. Here we go. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the max pain. Of course, it's not coming up on that. I just got to find it. Liquidation. Max pain, max pain, max pain, max pain. Damn it. Options. Here we go. Options, max pain. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. On the 27th of this month, we have 13.8 $8 billion that could be liquidated. Okay. And the max paying price is 80 grand. So in theory, we could drop to 80 grand in the next 18 days to December 27th, right? For those of you who don't know what the max paying price is, the max paying price is the point at which the most liquidation happens. That means it's the most shorts and the most longs that get liquidated. It's the max paying. It is the number that will liquidate the most shorts and longs combined. Okay. And that's down to $80,000. So that's what they're looking at the end of the year. That's what the big boys, that's what $13 billion, excuse me. That's what $13 billion is betting on, you know, or they're betting against that, the 80,000, right? So there is that. Let's get into, so I have, nope, that's not what I want. I have a couple bookmarks here. So this is the bull case. You know, institutions are still buying. Everybody's buying, right? The big boys are buying. BlackRock just added like another ridiculous amount to their IBIT ETF, right? Microsoft shareholders vote tomorrow on whether or not to buy Bitcoin. So that's going to be bullish, right? Latest Bitcoin ASIC maker Bitmain expands production into the U.S. It comes as U.S. Bitcoin miners have had to deal with delayed deliveries of Bitmain ASICs that have been stuck at the U.S. ports. So that's bullish. You know what I mean? There's such a demand that they're going to just move. They're just going to open a factory in the U.S. and start making these miners, right? El Salvador has discovered 3 trillion in unmined gold. And of course, Naib, you know him, you love him. He says, but what could they possibly do with that? Well, shucks, I don't know. What are they going to do with that, right? You know what he's going to do with that. The man who staked his whole reputation and his country's future on Bitcoin back in 2021, started buying 1 Bitcoin a day since 2022, and is now up like $578 million or something like that on their investment, right? Started offering citizenships for people who paid in Bitcoin, made Bitcoin a legal tender. You know what I mean? IMF said, you're going to fail. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Well, guess what? He's thriving. Okay. The next one. So ETF flows. BlackRock's IBIT bought 398 million worth of Bitcoin today. Today they bought that. Okay. So if you guys are scared, you guys are worried, you know, oh, it's crashing. Buy the dip. You have to take emotion out of this. You have to have your thesis on where you think it's going to go, you know, and then just hold out. What's that meme about the hodl? You know, what people think, it's like a straight line. You just hold on to your Bitcoin or your Cardano, and then boom, you're at the finish line. When it's actually, you know, up mountains, through rivers, falling in a cave, climbing a hill, walking through cactus, and then you finally make it to the end. Okay. So that's what I have to say about what happened today. It looks like we are getting some more down action right now. XRP is going down. ADA is going down. I'm 1000x BTC right now. Send it. Yes, I got you, Daniel. I will do that for you. Yeah, I consolidated my meme coins into Bitcoin right before the correction. Probably just stay there now. I would say that's a good option. You know what I mean? Especially if you're trying to stack Bitcoin. The best thing people can do, I guess when investing or even trading, you have to think of what you want at the end of it. Are you trying to just accumulate fiat, you know, get that life-changing wealth, pay off some bills? make a better situation for your family, just have a nice cushion, then, you know, you want to look at USD and everything like that. If you're trying to stack Bitcoin, then you guys need to be checking your coins that you're holding against the Bitcoin pair, right? Because it's simple. If you look at this, so like if we look at oops, come on. We look at ETH / BTC, right? Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have put slash in there. ETH BTC, okay? So this is the chart you would want to be looking at. And you can see ETH has been bleeding against Bitcoin on the weekly, right? But when we zoom in, it's just like any other chart. You're going to want to look at the chart. Well, eventually this is going to start to break up. Right? So just like you would chart USD when you're trading and trying to hold and trying to gain fiat, you would do the same for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has a pair for almost every asset. If you're trading ADA to get Bitcoin, well, look, there you go. Cardano Bitcoin, right? Solana Bitcoin. Boom. In all your major exchanges, Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, MEXC, all of these are going to have a Bitcoin trading pair. All right. So that's what you have to look at on that. Is there no end? There is no end for me. I will hodl till I die. There you go. There you go. That's all you got to take. That's all you got to do. Emotions are the worst enemy of a trader and a hodler, because that emotion that, you know, I tell John and part of our, I have PTSD from last cycle. You know what I mean? I'm not round tripping my crypto like I did last cycle. I will be selling everything, most likely, at least 90% of everything when I feel the top is in. And if it keeps going, well, I still got 10% in the market and I can see what happens. I can ladder back in if need be. But if it dumps, I'm going to make sure I get mine this cycle, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at on that. In some other news that I've seen on X, BTC as sub for savings account and gold and silver as insurance. For sure, 100%. Bitcoin is the hardest asset ever created. Anybody who's ever held Bitcoin for more than 4 years has made money. That's just all there is to it. So if your timeline is 10 years from now, then hell yeah, you should never sell your Bitcoin. I mean, if you're Michael Saylor, you're never going to sell your Bitcoin anyway, right? But if you got a 10-year timeline and you're using it as, you know, a 401k or an IRA or just a regular savings account that in case you need to get into, yeah, Bitcoin, dollar cost average into Bitcoin for 10 years, you're going to be making money, you know, and it don't matter if it goes, say this is the top and we drop to 30,000 in the next few months. Who cares, right? You know, because you just buy more. If that's your play, you just buy more. And if you're a trader, well, you work the market going both ways. It doesn't, as long as the market's moving, you're making money as a trader. Real curious how that plays out with MicroStrategy. Yeah. Yeah, he says he'll never sell. And, you know, and for a company and for a person like that, that's a good question there. Curious about how it plays out with MicroStrategy. I think for somebody like that, or even Michael Saylor himself, or somebody who's a billionaire or has millions and millions of dollars, right? Those people don't have to sell their Bitcoin. Okay. They're on a whole nother level. They take that Bitcoin They get a loan against it. They use that money to invest in other things. They make the profit off of that, and then they repay the loan. And then there's like less taxes because it was a loan that was used to make the profit. You're only getting taxed on the profit, and then they just pay off the Bitcoin. And then they constantly do that. You see that all the time. The big scandal. What was the big scandal in New York about Trump saying he falsified the loan documents on the square footage of some building and this and that. And the bank was like, no, he didn't do anything wrong. We want to do business with him because that's what big money people do. He takes a loan against his building. The bank's like, heck yeah, we'll give you whatever you want. He uses that money to another adventure, this, that, the other, takes money back, boom, pays off the loan. So there really is no reason for MicroStrategy to sell their Bitcoin. There is no reason for a person like Elon Musk to sell their Bitcoin. There's no reason for most people in that, tens of millions or anything like that to sell. Yes, and the risk is a write-off for sure. Right? Not only do they not have to sell it, but are probably protected from destitution. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Those are the type of people. That's if Bitcoin went to zero, they're not destitute for sure. They still got millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. I intend for my kids to borrow against my Bitcoin. Yeah, 100%. I personally don't own Bitcoin, but I have been stacking a little bit of Bitcoin every so often for my 3 grandkids. So they are taken care of, and I take profits and I put it into that, and I have it separated, hardware wallet, all that good stuff. And that's, it's exactly what you do. And it's a very easy way to, maybe circumvent that, inheritance tax or whatever. Don't do anything illegal or anything, but it very well could be. So, but back to the bull case. We got MicroStrategy shareholders voting tomorrow on whether or not to buy Bitcoin. Michael Saylor did his infamous 3-minute pitch to him. In another post, I don't have it right here. Amazon shareholders have written a statement to Amazon that they want Amazon to buy Bitcoin. So Apple still doesn't own Bitcoin. Eventually, these companies are going to start buying Bitcoin. They have trillions of dollars in cash with nothing to do with, right? They're going to start buying Bitcoin. In some other news, we got Tokyo Pay. So Tokyo Pay, I should give that a like. Tokyo Pay, one of the newest wallets on for Cardano, and it also houses Bitcoin and everything. So MasterCard is coming to Cardano with our Catalyst proposal with Mercurial.io. We're on a mission to bring MasterCard to Cardano, make ADA part of the daily transaction and draw in new users and liquidity. Why you should care. And then, of course, why you should care, partnership with MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google integration. Allow you to use ADA for daily payments, access to 7 million already KYC'd users, a Mercurio, joint campaigns, all that. So definitely bullish for Tokyo Pay. I haven't had a chance to download their wallet and use it. I'm like a creature of habit. I use Vesper on my mobile. That's just the one that's my go-to. And it took me forever to start using Vesper because I used Eternal forever. I used Eternal since last cycle and then just barely downloaded Vesper like 7-8 months ago. And now that's the only one I use. So creature of habit. Okay. I thought this was funny. Tom Crown shot him out. Awesome analyst, but he's all my altcoin bags right now. And then it's the picture of BitBoy after his last fight in Dubai, getting the inhaler and some and a little bit of oxygen right here around his neck. So I thought that was funny. Now we got to shout out Viva. Viva. We love Viva. He's an awesome friend of the channel. Great meeting him at Rare Evo. And what happened? Okay, here we go. But this is kind of something that we've been talking about on the channel. We had, man, what's his name? It was one of the governance guys, Lloyd. Lloyd. I can't remember his last name, but he's a D rep now. But we had him on the show. We did an interview, and we were talking about the governance and stuff. And my question was, so what's to stop the 5 or 6 biggest wallets from just creating a cabal and voting whichever way they want? Because we kind of seen this. We've seen this. It wasn't the last. It wasn't the 13 round. I think it was round 12 where like Cardano Foundation stepped in and put like their 22 million votes behind a crazy project or something like that. So, and Viva's saying the same thing. Also catching up, I see a lot of people complaining about catalyst voting and CF skew in votes. Expected it. This was an inevitable problem, and I've shared now for several voting rounds that we need to consider updating to single spend voting, have the hard discussions, or accept the outcomes. And that's one of the things that we had talked to Lloyd about. So I'm not exactly sure if you can still, like, if your wallet, you can, so say I got 1 million ADA in my wallet, I can vote on this proposal, that proposal, and I can use the weight of my wallet on every proposal. I could be wrong about that. They might have changed that. But what we were talking about is like, so yeah, 1 ADA, 1 vote, but you can only vote on one thing. So if I had 1 million ADA and I wanted to cast 250,000 votes on this proposal, 250,000 votes on that proposal, 250,000 votes on that proposal, that would be fine, but I couldn't do all my weight on this proposal, this proposal, this proposal. You understand what I'm saying? And I kind of think that's what Viva's getting at right here. Then, of course, Nemo chimes in, just build on Cardano, bro. We love Nemo. Better watch out, though. He might do something with your mom. And then Viva says, resilient crash test dummies. But if we can keep refining it, there's hope. Ha ha. And he talks about, I think he goes into, where is it? Okay, he doesn't say it in this, but he brings up, okay, here it is right here. This was what he put out on the 29th of November. I've criticized weight skew in voting, sharing ideas like quadratic voting, but I feel it's less likely to be altered if pushed as a concept. So now quadratic voting would make sense, because quadratic voting, it's not weighted as in 1 ADA, 1 vote. It's like, how do I explain it? It's like a curve, like you know what I mean? Like you get graded on a curve. So the more you have, it's not proportional. Your voting power goes down just a little bit. Maybe like looking at the linear chart on crypto versus the analog chart, right? So I had to give a shout out to Viva. We love Viva over here. So other than that, that's about all I had to go into right this second. I do want to take a look at the market for a few, and then we are probably going to call it a night. I didn't have any articles prepared. I'm sorry. Like I said, for everybody that's new, we got 163 of you in here now. My name is Desert Crypto. This is Crypto Nightly. My co-founder, John, is out sick tonight. He's the one that usually takes care of all the headlines and the articles. So I didn't have nothing prepared when he called me to let me know that he wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. So, but we go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. We do a market update. We go over the charts. We go over the headlines. We give you all the daily news of the day. Do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the share button, share it with all your friends. If you're on Twitter, tag some DGens. You guys know what to do. Let's spread the word. Let's get some more viewers in here and grow this channel. We work really hard to bring you guys this news every night. So let's, after that, let's go in to Bitcoin and take a look. First, let's start at the daily. Okay. So daily, massive red engulfing candle. Boom. Straight down to the 21. Blew through support, wicked, came back up, and essentially bounced off the 21. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, it's always going to come back to the 21. Look, boom, boom, massive pump. You know, this is the post-election pump, or this is the day of the election, actually. This is the day of the election pump. And then what we do when we finally got up here at about 98,000, we kind of 21 rolled, 21 boom, rolled, 21 boom. So we are still, even on the daily, we have this bearish div. We got higher price action. We have lower action on the momentum. And we have lower action on the RSI. So definitely bearish divs. I do not expect this one candle to have played out, to consider that being played out, right? So if you look, we come over here to market cipher B, momentum, red dot coming down, green money flow has started to come down, and VWAP is coming down. So I'm still seeing a little more downside on Bitcoin over the next few days, maybe the whole week. You remember, we got CPI numbers coming out Wednesday. We got PPI numbers coming out Thursday. So we have a bunch of earnings reports coming out this week. My bad, guys. We have a bunch of earning reports coming out this week from businesses and everything like that. So it is a very volatile week. And I really don't expect us to put in a new all-time high before the end of the year. That's just the feeling I have. The charts don't suggest it. We're getting to the end of the year, and I just think we're going to be just kind of riding this way. It doesn't mean we're going to dump to 80 like the Max Payne says, but we're probably just going to go sideways, maybe bounce around. You can tell we're already kind of bouncing around when you bring in this daily, right? So if we take this measuring, we broke 92,000 back here on Wednesday 20th. And we just been ranging between 92,000 and 101,000 for 20 days. Okay. So we just been boom, 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 wick, boom, boom. And we just kind of been bouncing around, slowly making our way up, but we're creating that bearish div. You could almost look at this like it's rounding, right? We're starting to get a rounded top, come down like this, you know. So that's my outlook on Bitcoin for the rest of the year. And we could start January off with a bang, you know, come January 2nd, 3rd, and we just start pumping, boom. Let's see here what we got going on in the chat. I'm going to do that for my little brother. Hadn't crossed my mind. Appreciate. Cool. Nice. Exactly what I'm doing. It's a great idea. Cold storage for each. Yeah. Right now, I don't have them on each. I just accumulate it and put it in one cold storage. But eventually, yes, I'll buy 3 ledgers or 3 keystones or something like that. One for each grandkid. And then I'll split it up. Boom, 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 boom. First time here. We'll be back. Good work, sir. Thank you, sir. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe, and we will be here for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it was nice. Just a great little update for the day. Very level-headed straight. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That's what we're here for. So when we started the channel, John and I were talking, well, you know, every day you got the morning and the afternoon are so inundated with crypto news, right? You got Crypto Lifer going off. You got Infinite Crypto. You got BitBoy. You got Discover Crypto. You got AJ. You got Tom Crown. You got all these people stream in like an 8-hour window, right? But there's not very many people that stream at this time of night. You know, we both have IRL jobs, you know, during the day. So we get home, we figured this is a perfect time to set up this stream. So let's take a look a little further down. Let's go. Man, there's so many sales. So many coins on sale right now. For everybody that thought they missed SWE, right? Because all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you didn't get in on this dip right here when it came back down to 310. You didn't get in. You're like, it's still too high. And then boom, it ran to 440. You're like, I missed it, right? Well, boom, where's it at? It's back at the 21 on the daily, and we're sitting at about 373. There you go. Something for the long term. Get into SWE. We love SWE here. Good project. Franklin Templeton said that it is the best team in crypto, period. According to Franklin Templeton. It is the team from Meta's Diem. They were trying to launch a stablecoin Diem. So this is the same team when the US government shut down Facebook and was like, nah, you're not getting a stablecoin. No. And they shut them down. Well, apparently they spun off or spun up or whatever. They created SWE. So we like SWE. Awesome entry. ADA, look at this. ADA, we thought ADA was just, we're like, ADA's finally waking up and it's gone, right? Well, we hit what, $1.37 or something like that. What was it? $1.32. Bam. We're already back down to 99. If you were to buy now, if you were to pick up some ADA now, just to get back to where we were a couple days ago, is a 33% move. See that? Just from here to where we were at on Tuesday, December 3rd, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, it's a 33% move, right? So we look at Psy. Psy was a big, big runner these past few days. Same thing with Psy. And Psy still hasn't even hit its March all-time high, which is way up here at like $1.14, right? So this wick right here is at $1.14. This is its March all-time high. We come in here, we come from where we're at now. It's a double up just to get back to where we were in March. So another great pickup, as to where a few days ago, it was only a 56% pump to get back to March's all-time high. And now that they brought the boat back for you, it's 104% to get back to March's all-time high. Okay. XRP, everybody thought, it's gone. I missed it. Right. Well, guess what? XRP has been brought back to earth also. So let's get rid of all these lines. Yes. Get rid of that. Yes. Get rid of that. And as you can see, what we stop at 292. No. Yeah. High of 291.57 on MEXC perpetual is what XRP hit, right? So just from where we're at right now to where we were at on Tuesday is a 35% pump. Okay. So, and there are so many coins. FET was just at like $2.10. What is it? 219. My bad. 219 it hit. And FET is another project that we love here. ASI, AI is definitely going to be a big mover. And FET or ASI, whatever you want to call it, is the premier, is the biggest one. 31% move. And that's just to last. Well, actually, this is on Friday. So this was just at 219 3 days ago. So definitely a lot of great deals. I would just be looking, and you can see every one of them. I think we could tell it was like a 5-minute candle. I was at work, but I happened to look down and catch it on my phone. Yeah. If we go through most of these coins, it's this 5-minute time period right here. What's that? 1400 hours. So that's 2 o'clock my time, which would have been 1 p.m. Pacific time. And look at that massive 13% candle, right? Even let's look at ICP. Look, ICP, exact same candle. IMX, exact same candle at the exact same time. So crazy, right? Look, it doesn't even look like I switched charts. FET, there we go. FET, same time, same candle. Cardano, boom. And this is the one I was talking about where I seen it was coming down. It was at about, well, look, it was at like $1.04. And then I looked back and it was like a 10% dip. Definitely. It definitely could be bots on these major exchanges. That's, you know what? Let me turn on market cipher. Let's see if we get a yellow X. No, that's the wrong one. Let's hold on a second. Let me see if we get some. Market cipher DBSI, market cipher SR. Did I delete it? Oh, wow. It's still not showing the rest of them. That was so crazy. Let's go here. Market cipher A. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. And boom. As you can see, so these X's, these yellow X's are manipulation. Boom. Straight manipulation. And that could be bots. Exactly what you were saying, Bachton. I hope I'm saying that name right. You can see the manipulation right there on ADA. Yep, Psi. Not on XRP. We're not getting the signal on XRP, which is kind of weird because it even looks like a bigger candle. It's still 10% candle. We're not getting it on that. Sol. No manipulation on Sol. You know, and a lot of this could be, I wouldn't call it coincidental per se, but the retail, because we're slowly starting to see retail come back in, right? And they see Bitcoin dumping. Maybe they were in last cycle, right? They were in last cycle. You know, they round trip their money. You know, Bitcoin dumped 85% like it normally does every 4 years. And they were like, screw this. I'm never buying any crypto. I know people like that. They're like, it's a scam. I'm not dealing with that. I don't want to deal with it, right? But then Bitcoin hits 100,000 and they're like, oh shit, maybe it's not a scam. Maybe I need to check my old bags. Maybe I need to start getting back in and then start buying in. And then today they see that just that little 6%, 7% crash where it boom and starts to come back out. They freak out and they just start selling bags, right? So it's possible. It's very possible that that's how it was, you know, and I can kind of understand that. You know, I was telling somebody, or maybe, did I say this earlier? I have a little PTSD on what's going on. You know, I round tripped my bags. You know, I'm so bad that I put my stop losses so close. I move them so quick every time the price goes up that I usually get wicked out before I even hit my target. So in a strange spot where we need Web3, but on the heels of quantum computing, next few years leading into the next run will be, yeah, that's going to be crazy, right? Because, you know, quantum computing is here. I mean, we don't have it, obviously. You know, the general public don't have it. But just like any technology, it's always developed by the military. And what the general public gets, the military's had for like a decade, you know? So just wait till like quantum computing, along with AI, along with crypto. It's You're right, bro. It is definitely going to be wild. That's another thing. I was talking with somebody in our trading group earlier today about the 4-year cycle. So, in my opinion, until I see definitive reason that tells me that we are no longer in a 4-year cycle, I'm staying with the 4-year cycle. When they said that, well, now with the regulation and, all that stuff, until I see it, I'm going by the 4-year cycle. I'm still expecting to sell most of my stuff, and watch the market crash and then buy back in. It may not happen. We may be in the super cycle. I'll say one thing. I don't expect an 85% crash out of Bitcoin this time, but I do expect a big crash. I mean, I don't think the institutions are going to allow for us to go back to like 20 grand, or 30 grand. If this is the top, then yeah, we might go back to 30 grand. But if we hit 140, 150, I mean, my price target I've said is 136,589. A little tribute to XRP at the end there. But I think between 125 and 150, my target's 136. If we hit 136, we may never go below 60 or 70,000. It's quite possible that these institutions will not allow that to happen because they'll just keep buying. They'll get back down to their entry price or something and they'll just start buying up. But now that doesn't mean altcoins will survive that. I still expect altcoins, Cardano, Solana, XRP, SWI. I expect them all to dump at least 85%, in my opinion, right? So, such a slow adoption on the global level, but up against a fiat system that's already failed, slow crawlers. Yes, for sure. ISO 20002 seems to be the ship to right. So I don't know where I stand on the ISO tokens because I know that was the big narrative, last year? Right. Exactly. It matches the halving for sure. The halving is what dictates the cycle, which just happens to correlate to the presidential elections also, which is kind of, I don't know if it's causation correlation. I don't know if it's one or the other, but it's kind of weird that, Satoshi was like, well, let's have this correlate with the presidential elections, right? But the ISO tokens, I'm not sure where I stand on that because, like I said, it was a big narrative a year and a half ago. ISO, XRP, XLM, HBAR. I think they threw ADA in there, Algo, all that stuff. And then I just hear rumors that, it's all BS. The only true ISO token is XRP, possibly XLM. Then I hear, well, no, it's really just XRP and HBAR. So I'm not sure. I haven't done enough research into them, but I do understand the compliance, and HBAR is probably one of the most, how would I say, like eco-friendly, or they claim to be, whether they are or not, I don't know. Eco-friendly, low emission carbon footprint coin there is. So I don't know. But other than that, I think that is going to be the show. What's going on, DZ? Welcome. Yeah, 4 years. Blaftome, yep, for sure. From a decentralized standpoint, it feels odd, but handles the transaction or transition for institutions best as far as, yeah, okay, so no, I get what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying. So the narrative of the ISO token in getting that institutional adoption to where they can still whatever score they have, the ESG score, I guess is what institutions have. So they can still keep a low carbon footprint. They can still, have that ESG. They can feel good about themselves because they're not dealing with the energy hog that is Bitcoin. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that narrative pushing and helping with it for sure. HBAR's most environmental friendly stuff is just marketing, in my opinion. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. That's what they say. You know what I mean? I have my questions about HBAR as it is, just because I don't like the fact that they're ruled by a council. I mean, I guess it would be all right, like if it was just a random council, but like the council members are all massive corporations. You know what I mean? It's all like Microsoft and all them or whoever's on their council. So it's just big institutions running the coin. You know what I mean? I don't know about all that. So, but hey, it'll make you money. And I am of the opinion, don't hate it. Don't date it. Just trade it. Make your money. It's all about making your money in the end. It's all about getting that generational wealth to better improve your situation and get that money transfer from the elites to the normal common person. That's what crypto is about. That's what scared them so much as it's coming up. That's why they put pressure on Gensler to all these frivolous Wells notices to Coinbase and Binance and, calling Cardano a security, calling, the XRP case. And that's what they're afraid of. So on that note, I am going to get out of here. You guys are awesome. It's been a pleasure to be here tonight. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends. We will be here tomorrow night. My co-founder should be better by then, John Carter. He should be better by then. He'll be on tomorrow night, and we'll be doing this all over again. So you all have a great night. Don't get scared out. Don't sell the red candle. Remember, buying the red, selling the green. And y'all have a great night.